Hey everybody, it's Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Today in the Chili Pepper Madness kitchen, we are making a big pot of Carne Adovada. Carne Adovada is a New Mexican recipe that's just massive on flavor. If you're a fan of slow-cooked pork shoulder that cooks low and slow in a flavorful gravy, like a chili gravy, till it's fall apart tender, then this is definitely a dish for you. I call this is New Mexico in a bowl. It's just huge on flavor, it's outstanding, it's pretty easy to make, and this is how I make mine, so let me show you how to make it. All right, the first thing we need to do here is to brown the pork, so let's heat up a bit of olive oil in a large pot, just enough for the pork, and I've got about 2.5 to 3 pounds here of chunky pork shoulder. I cut it up into cubes. Just gonna go ahead and drop it in there. Gonna give it a stir. You can brown it in batches if you want to. And I'm just gonna season it up with a little bit of salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. And just kind of give it a good stir. And you really just want to cook it down for a couple minutes, just until everything's a little bit browned up. You don't want to cook it through or anything. Let's get some nice color on this meat. All right, we'll come back when this is browned up and we'll keep cooking. All right, my chunks of pork shoulder here are nicely browned. So we'll go ahead and move it into a cleaned bowl. So we'll set it on the side and then we can cook down our vegetables, and we'll pop these back in a little bit later. Just move this into a bowl. And I have a little bit of moisture in here, so I'm gonna just drain that out. Drain that. Get this back on. And then now we're going to cook down our vegetables, so I'm going to add a little bit more oil to the pan. A little bit. And we'll cook down some onion. Some onion here. And I have a mixture here of jalapenos and serranos. And you can skip those if you don't want it quite as spicy. I like a little spicy version. And we have poblano pepper, chopped poblano. I've got 1 large poblano. You can use more if you want to. Usually more peppers equals better. All right, so cook this down for about 5 minutes or so to get the vegetables softened up here. Start to caramelize a little bit, and it's got a really nice flavor base. All right, my onions and peppers here are cooking down nicely. So next we add some garlic here. I've got some minced garlic, and I probably got about 3 to 4 cloves, and you can use as much as you want, so I love garlic. And really with the garlic, you're only going to cook it for about 30 seconds to a minute until you can smell that gorgeous garlic bloom. So good. All right, get this in there, and I can smell it already. Smells amazing. All right, so the next thing we do here is I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. Maybe a little more. And I've got 2 tablespoons here of flour. Get that in. And cook this down for a couple minutes, stirring, and to cook out the raw flour. And what this does is this is going to help thicken up the overall sauce into more of like a gravy, and it's super delicious. So, all right, let me stir this up for a couple minutes, and we will continue on. All right, this is cooked down nicely, and we are ready to move forward here. So here I've got 3 cups of chicken stock, and you can use vegetable or beef if you want to. I like chicken. It just works great here for this recipe. Get that put in there. Give it a stir, and we have orange juice. This is juice from about 1 large orange, and that's going to add a lot of flavor. Set that aside. And we have, this is a lot of chili powder. There's 3/4 of a cup of New Mexican chili powder. It's great if you can use New Mexican chili powder, but you can really use your favorite blend or a mix of chili powders. But so this is a lot for sure. It's amazing stuff. So get this mixed in there, along with some dried oregano, and fresh oregano is good too. And I have some ground coriander from seed, nice flavor builder. And I have about a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. I do enjoy cumin. It's very good. Skip it if you want to. Stir it up. And a bit of extra salt and pepper to taste. Salt and pepper. Get that mixed in. And we'll cook this down for a couple minutes to let it thicken up. And once that's thickened up just a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add the pork in and get a good long simmer on it. Okay, I have let this thicken up just a little bit. And once it's thickened up, after just about 5 minutes or so, go ahead and add the meat into the pot here. I got all my lightly browned pork. And try not to make a mess like I usually do. Just get that put in there. Set that aside. Give it a little stir. Get everything nicely coated. Just like so. Very easy. And now comes the most difficult part of the recipe, my friends. We will reduce the heat just a bit. And cover and let it simmer. So we're going to let it simmer for a good 2 hours. And what that does is the simmering process, the low and slow cooking, is going to break down all that tough pork shoulder, and it's going to make it super tender, super soft, like fork tender. It's going to pull right apart, melt in your mouth with all of this amazing flavor. This is one of my favorite recipes. I love this stuff. So that's it for now. When this is ready and everything's softened up, we will finish the dish and enjoy some carne adovada. All right, we've been cooking for about 2 hours. Let's take a look at it. Oh, look at that. Got a beautiful simmer going. I actually took the lid off for a little bit and brought it up to a bit of a boil to kind of let some of the moisture cook off and thicken it up a little bit. But you can see how beautiful this is. Oh, look at that. It's super thick, meaty. Oh man, it smells amazing in here. Look at that. Gorgeous. And it's very tender. So to finish it up, once the pork is tender, you're really good to go. So I can turn off the heat here. Just going to turn it off. And you're going to finish it up with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And this is all really optional, but it adds a lot of flavor. And I got about a tablespoon of honey here. I've got honey. It's going to take a little bit to pour. Get it knocked in there. All right. And just stir it in. Get it nicely stirred. Oh yeah, it smells amazing in here. Oh, carne adovada. Super easy to make. Like once you get it ready, just simmering and driving you nuts a little bit in the kitchen. You can see how beautifully thick that is. Outstanding. And so it has thickened up very nicely. A couple tips on thickening. If you want it to be even thicker, you can do what I did and just kind of bring it to a quick boil and cook down a little bit. Or you can stir in a slurry of a little bit of water with flour or cornstarch and heat that through for a little while until it thickens up, kind of like making a regular gravy. But yeah, you can see how this sauce, it's really very much like a gravy. It's just outstanding. All right, let me take a little taste. See this pork here? Oh, look at how it's totally fork tender. It's literally just falling apart. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, outstanding. All right. It's hot. Seriously, carne adovada, the flavor is outstanding. And again, you can easily spice it up even more if you want to. You can add other ingredients, hotter peppers if you want to. I just love this stuff. It's so good. So serving carne adovada, you can serve this pretty much any way you want to. You can serve it over a bit of rice, maybe toss some noodles in there, toss some beans in for a pot of chili, pork chili. Outstanding. Serve it on tacos, make a taco bowl. I love it on tacos. I'll throw it onto tortillas with a little bit of cheese and some onions and spicy peppers, and boom, delicious. But that's it, guys. That is how you make carne adovada. Outstanding. I hope you like it. If you do make it, send me some pics. I'd sure love to see it, and love to hear what you think about it. So, all right, that's it. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.